Hello. Today we're going to continue talking about the unified word discoveries. The first episode we talked about the classification, unified word classification. And this unified word classification has three categories. Two of them are EBTs and BOs. The BOs and then the IOs. IOs are concepts, which we consider to be the leaves of the BOs. And to describe this to you, it's just like a tree. It's a tree as a formula, but it's not a tree. Let me just give you the idea. The tree, the IOs consider to be the leaves. It comes and goes. And if stay on, they're still actually leaves. But the heart of the of the word is EBTs and BOs. Then you have the applications, or maybe different ways for utilizing the EBTs and BOs with attached IOs to the whole entire two classification here, EBTs, BOs, IOs. So the tree would be, for examples, has into it the EBT, which is actually the enduring thing, is still there. Then you have the BOs, which is actually the element of doing the work to keep the tree alive. They are missing in our knowledge. They are missing in everything we do. The only thing that exists is the industrial objects, which are our concepts. And we said EBTs is a word of itself, is a goal of itself. And BOs must have a goal. And the goal, we abstract these goals by many different algorithms we use to abstract 50 different discovery. And we state the goal can be positive or negative. And I asked you three questions. In the second discovery of the goals, ultimate goal, do you know the ultimate goal of any projects? You know how many projects you do every day? Billions. And different levels, personal levels, organization levels, country levels, political parties levels. This is huge. This goal is unified for all the projects, for all the BOs, all the scenario of any BOs, from the beginning of life until the end of life. That's the beauty about that. And we're going to discover why. There's no question about that. Then we now starting to really see the third discovery, which is actually about concept, but the name we did call it discovery because, again, you don't know. I'm just trying to point the finger at it and tell you, those are concepts, not words. That's what we're going to talk about today. The funny things, I ask you a few questions. I'm just trying to get you to learn about this. I'm doing this for you. For everything you do in your life, you must learn the 50 discovery about any activities or any words you know in your language. I'm not interested in change any language at all. So please participate. I urge you to ask questions. Because again, what I'm concentrating here about the knowledge itself of the field of knowledge about unified word. An actual unified word has knowledge into it, consists of art and science and engineering. This knowledge is missing. Asking me about software engineering, we build software engineering based on concept. We're doing everything in actually based on concept. We do a lot of activities. It's horrible sometimes because it's based on concepts. Now, the knowledge encapsulated in a unified word is not exist, or you could say partially exist within the concept. Good. Then the third discovery here is about pandemonium or Ebola, of the concept of any word. Any word there is a business object. You have concept also for enduring business systems? Yes, a lot. You know, this is as the philosophers, the psychologists, the social science, they all work on concepts. And if you really have a freedoms, which is an EBT, enduring business themes, they have different definition for EBTs. It's good like a book. Big book too, by the way, from the side point of political science to philosophers to socialization to psychology to engineering to science. This is amazing, huge. So that's why I'm just pointing out the concept we live with. I quote discovery because, you know, this is true. We need to point out this and we need to learn about the alternative, which would be the unified words. I will show you applicability a lot. The applicability here is unlimited and guarantee you will do the right thing. You will see. I'm not going to just hide anything from you. Part one, because again, this is a new knowledge. I need to really flood a lot of rules and items into that knowledge for you to know it. Let's start. So, this is what is the hoopla of any word concepts. When there is no chaos, this is the first fact here, with any unified word called business object or unified word and continuous is in enduring business themes, because enduring business theme is a goal of itself. We need to identify a goal for this. Usually this is more impact with hoopla than the other ones. For example, in marriage is the same everywhere, with a differentiation of different rules, but it's still the same. The rule of conduct for marriage is the same everywhere. This is again, this is something being in the mind of all human is the same. But business objects, there were really the world has huge number of concepts. That's why. But chaos exists in varying degrees with severity in the concept of any word, and therefore chaos are created by human. This concept belong to human. Word belong to human, but they didn't learn it, by the way. They didn't pay attention to. Number two, any common goal. Now, this is an ultimate goal. Any common goal, this is not the ultimate goal. Common goals are many. Everybody have different goals for different things. Any common goals that's differ from the unified and final goal of business objects is actually the goals of concepts. And the funny things, we don't know how to do it. People have a hard time really define the goals of themselves or what they want to do, goals. Or in the development too, goals is missing. It doesn't appear in the development. It's actually income papers. The same as quality factor too, by the way, which is called non-functional requirements, income papers. Is all the system and software engineering doing that? They don't know how to abstract it. Period. In fact, some people say ignore it. There is a method called build based on goals. You know how many goals they would really have in the system? Huge goals. And they're not really, they're actually income payment. They cannot be part of the system because we develop system based on instance. That's it. Based on views, based on masks. That's our concepts. So the whole entire problem here being created by human in any different field of knowledge. That's why we have a huge, conflicts between concepts in different field of knowledge. Hey, let's come together and do, a team proposals. You will discover the dilemma with how they crash with each other because they could not agree another unified definition for something. Anyhow, so now this is again this project, which is or maybe this activity, would be such as national projects. We call it fanakish. Means nothing. Means is a problem. Means is a chaos, too by dying. Or the and investment of illegal purposes for the benefit of very small class, those goals, including the need for plunder, theft, corruption, reconstructions, quick profit, which is destined to fail. I lived in this country for 45 years. I saw a project done by one administration. Suddenly a new administration come, poof. This happened less in different countries. In different countries, this is all national projects. And actually, the people actually doing this, they have nothing to do with the project. They have nothing to do with strategy. They have nothing to do. They're not scientists. They're not professional. So the government has to leave all the work to be done by the human within the country. And if a country goes to invest in another country, they do it for themselves. This is obvious. So you don't really have any activity done with other countries unless you guarantee you watch out for the words, not the concepts. Let me see. Okay, let me see here. Any concept of any business objects has been developed and managed by the government. This is a problem. Army, and actually any institution in any country, by the way. Watch out. This means would really have different goals. As I told you, when you invest, those entities not supposed to do any project by themselves. Government contract project to other organization within the country or outside the country. But remember, you have to redo it with encapsulate the unified word in it. You're not going to regret it. You're going to be the master of doing it too, by the way. And you will be a winner with other winners too. Life is not cheating about other countries or cheating your people in the country too. No way. This is very important to do that. Any work that has a goal different from the unified final goal benefit local foreign legal parties will doom to be disputed, conflicts, and destruction wars, even after a while. So please remember, this is again very important things to do because the concept here, I'm going to go and take this land. Easy, yes, fine, you take it. But again, it's going to cause a lot of problem. Do not do that. Has to be done in a very, agreeable between the people in the both countries. The government can do anything. This is now, if they use concept, my concept is to really do this. And the whole entire country will go to hell. Doesn't make any sense. So we have to depend on work this way. So any work done without feasibility studies. It's very funny. I saw a lot of country never done. They don't know even what feasibility study is. They don't know it. And they hire very big houses of tank of talents to do feasibility studies. Watch out. This tank doesn't know anything about your environments. They do a good job. There is no question about that. But they have to learn about your environments, your culture, your ethics. Because a project with no ethics is a concept. A project with no knowledge is a concept by night. So therefore, you must do a feasibility study would be suitable to your environments, your cultures, to your ethics, to everything. Not only a feasibility study. Some countries, they don't do any feasibility studies. I really wrote 4 rebuttals or 4 replies to Mr. Biden's State of the Union as a poor citizen, by the way. This is out of my mind, by the way. Let me see. Any business operator that support tyranny, injustice, or bullying, that's concepts. Businessmen here, when they sign a deal, they really, hey, we're going to make a lot of money, man. They don't care about people. But the true business leaders and business people would really make sure both benefit. It's not about making money. It's about really build humanity in the right way. And you could make money too, by the way. So, any work done without ethics and knowledge. I'm going to stop here. They said in teaching and doing everything and developing, we have to watch out for very important 2 things, ethics and knowledge. I tell you, from the software perspective, all the software exists has no ethics in it. The software itself can steal your money, can actually destroy your reputation too, by the way. Knowledge is only exists in a unified word, not in concepts. Concept has no or really little knowledge into it. I've been working with concept all my life in software engineering and system engineering, in the field of practice as well in academia. disastrous. You cannot have a complete development with concepts. That's why most of the project they fail. We report here by NIST, NIST, National Institute of NIST, Technology and something like that, Innovation. It's an agency. We lose a lot of money in software development. We lose a lot of money for maintenance. We lose a lot of money for canceled software. Cannot do it. You're dealing with concept. Let's deal for once with words, unified words. Unified word that has ethics in it and knowledge. 90% of the unified word is ethics and knowledge. That's why with concept, we cannot define the right and the unified requirement, for example. Functional or non-functional. We don't know how to know the non-functional requirement. Period. We don't know how to do the function requirement. They call it specification. And we have different ways of doing it. Structure English, goal-oriented, blah, blah, blah. Nonsense. I'm open for debate too, by the way. And I show this by examples. From small to big and to huge. Time to use words. Any work done for a false propaganda, we're dealing with concept. Or to achieve deceptive appearance or on false election promises. It happened those days, by the way, because we are in election now. People come and promise the world to you. And believe me, they're going to back up on their promises too. Some of the promises to be true, you know. And the administration come, they took the other administration work a little bit less than the third world country. Third world country, they just woof, take it off the air, the table completely. But, we have some we keep and some we get rid of. Now, or to exalt a person for a purpose or without a purpose. So people actually get admired. So the admirees put the guy or the lady on really the big position. Some do it for hypocrisy. Some do it for benefit, for example. This is actually Ebola. I hope I'm covering everything here. I will ask you to really, please, communicate with me. Leave questions, ask me questions. Talk a project or organization and tell me if this is have the right goal or Ebola. Quote in Arabic, haraj and maraj. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.